Hello, hello. So this is session two of perfectionism, and today we're going to be looking at embracing imperfection. So really positive thing because I think we've concluded that imperfection isn't perfectionism isn't really a great driving force when in terms of creativity. And beauty isn't defined by being absolutely perfect either. I don't know if you know the face. You know, the human face isn't perfect. It's actually its imperfection that gives the beauty. You know, music. If music is 100% accurate and on time, it sounds sterile. It sounds boring. It's the human element that makes art live. And so I want us to really embrace imperfection today. I want us to embrace that sense of not having to get it right. That you can experiment, that you can have a bit of trial and error. And certainly if you're doing marketing, you have to embrace imperfection. Really do, actually. It's one great way to learn whether you're a perfectionist or not, is to do some marketing. And as I described before with Elon Musk, mistakes and failures are part of the process. So instead of fearing them, they're opportunities to learn, aren't they? That can be often the greatest touch points of growth, actually, is when things go wrong and then we embrace the imperfection and we often get a better solution. So as long as we learn from our mistakes, we're making progress. So that's the mindset I want us to all have. Carol Dweck, she's evidently an expert in growth. She's written a book you might want to look up. She talks about growth mindset. Challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So, and from a Christian mindset as well, it's having this. Graham Cook talks about when you get a problem, God's got a solution for you. Be solution minded rather than problem minded. Here's a good principle as well. The 80-20 rule, the Pareto principle, it's called. And this is actually measurable. They've actually, this isn't just somebody's thought this up. It's actually results of study. People are mostly productive. 20% of their efforts yield 80% of their results. And this is true. If that's why you don't want to be working on something for too long. I like to work for a maximum of 90 minutes. I think that's actually the maximum amount of time you can do something without needing a break. Experiment with this because this will make a difference. I find this. I use a timer actually when I want to get something done, especially if I don't want to do it. I put a timer on, and I do find 30 minutes. I can often do more in 30 minutes than I can do in 90 minutes. So that's the same principle. So be aware of that, how we work. This is the trouble with perfectionism. If you're just keep working at something, you could kind of have the opposite effect on the result. Anybody done that? Put it in the chat. And done is better than perfect. So some of us don't want to get our work out there, do we? Well, because we don't feel it's perfect. And sometimes you've got to just push yourself to get the work out there, even though you don't feel it's perfect. I've been doing this with some of my orchestral pieces, actually. I know they're not perfect. Put them out there, got some good feedback, and I've gone back to them and I've actually changed them a bit and improved them. But I've got it out there first. So I'm embracing imperfection. I'm embracing the fact that I'm not perfect. I'm kind of, there's a certain freedom of that, isn't there? When you do that, there's a great freedom to do that. Done is better than perfect, I think. Obviously, there's balance to this. If it is really rubbish, check proof. There's detailed things that you want to check. And this is another important point as well. I'm not advocating kind of just sloppiness and just anything will do. No, I want beauty. I'm aiming for perfection. I'm aiming for a sense of order and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But total perfection, I'm never going to get. And that wouldn't, AI can do that for you, and it's got no human story at all. That's why it's so lifeless because it can copy, but it can't create. And we can create. Part of creativity is imperfect. Part of the process is imperfection. So redirect your perfectionist energies into things that where you do need to be accurate, like your accounts, like things where we do need the cross the proofreading is a good one, But that's some of the reason why people won't embrace something like ChatGPT. Actually, is because they kind of feel like I don't know. It's I love ChatGPT because actually it's perfect where I'm not perfect in certain areas. So spelling, I'm terrible. So I use ChatGPT to spell check for me and grammar and all that kind of thing. Why not? I can use my creative energy rather than that, which ChatGPT can do better for me. I'll redirect that into my music. So it's making a decision about where you want to be directing your energy. Because perfectionism will take it, it will sap all your energy as well. It will really take it out of you. Here's a tip as well. For artists, maybe you want to embrace, if you're a realist art, realism is kind of, it's a bit like playing classical music. There's a sense of perfection and getting it wrong. You know when it's a bird and when it's a man, or there's a certain ideal. So it could be good for you to embrace something abstract. Of course, it could be the other way around as well. Sometimes we do need to, we can live in an abstract art world because we're frightened of perfectionism. We're frightened of being, that we can't actually draw, or we can't have a skill. So that's wrong as well. You want to address both mindsets really, because the fear of realism could be because of a perfectionist mindset as well. Anyway, and music as well. You've got you might be a great classical pianist or whatever you are, but you might want to just dabble in improvisation. That can get rid of some perfectionist tendencies. Where you're experimenting, you're trying out new things. So find ways of doing things different is really a key, I think, really from your normal. Because often the creativities, I've noticed this, the creativity is often in those places, isn't it? It's often in change, and it's often in those places where there's restriction, and you're forced to find new approaches. Your brain will help you because your creativity is your right hand side of your brain, and it will really help you. See, sometimes you embrace it. That's what I'm saying. Embrace creativity. Embrace play and experimentation is what I'm saying. So have fun. And if you're not having fun, you're probably in a perfectionist mindset because you can't have fun and be perfectionist, really, I don't think. So we're letting go of the pressure to be perfect, and then we're open to new ideas and inspiration. Anyway, I think that's enough. I've got some questions. We'll try out on you, but I really believe this is really going to help us as we just change our mindsets, and get a growth mindset. I'm excited to see the effect this is going to have on me and you. So thanks for watching.